Hi everyone, my name is Bill Butler with Leading Edge Real Estate in the Melrose area. Thanks so much for watching. How's the market for January 2021? Happy New Year, everybody. We got an action-packed show for you today, including forecasts for 2021. So let's take a look at the economy real quick. The recession, definitely in some sort of a V-shaped recession here compared to the Great Recession that you'll see marked here in red. We've got two projections here, one from the Fed that's stating it's going to take about 3 years to get back to the pre-COVID levels of unemployment. Wall Street Journal survey of economists, they're thinking it's going to take a little bit longer, maybe about 5 years. Nonetheless, both of those projections are ahead of what the Great Recession was, and that it took about 10 years to get out of that. We're looking at, if the experts are correct here, about half that time. Moving on to kind of price appreciation. We're getting a lot of questions right now about, what's going to happen this year? Are things just going to fall off, or are we going to see more record growth? Well, it's going to be something kind of right in the middle, right in between. If you take a look, annual home price appreciation on the upper left, 6 years leading up to the housing crash, we had real spikes there in 2004, 2005, and this is on a national level. If you take a look at the last 6 years, much more tempered growth. Moving over to months of inventory of homes for sale. So as you can see clearly, compared to the recession, we were up at 12, almost 13 months worth of inventory, meaning it would take over a year, 13 months, to sell off all the housing in the United States, given none other properties came on the market. It would take over a year. Right now, we're down at around three to 4 months for the entire state, or the entire country. I can tell you right now, in the greater Boston area, that number for single-family homes is 1 month or less. If we take a look at the third box there, total home equity cashed out, well, you can't even compare really back before the recession. You had between 2005 and 2007 a total of $824 billion of home equity that had been cashed out, spent. The past 3 years, you're looking at basically a third of that, 247. There's just a lot more homes have equity, as you can see in the next box there. 58%, almost 60% of all homes have at least 60% equity in their home, meaning if they are in trouble, if they haven't been working for a while, they're really having trouble with their mortgage payments, they're going to be able to sell and pocket some money and go and find a rental for the time being. It's not the situation where we were in the recession, where the people that lost their jobs, they didn't have any equity left in their house, they had to just let it go. There's just too much equity that's out there in everyone's homes. Looking at the national map here, year-over-year equity gains. If you can make it out way up there, Massachusetts, we're in the dark blue. The average homeowner, year-over-year, pocketed between $20,000 and $30,000 of equity last year. In the last video last month, we talked in the Melrose area, Wakefield, Medford, Stoneham area, on average, single-family homes up 10%. Taking a look at the forecast, now what are we expecting for the next 5 years? Well, based upon the home price expectation survey, if you were to invest in a $300,000 property in January of this year, by 2026, you will have netted $54,000 of equity. Not huge spiked growth, but nice, even, tempered measure growth over the next 5 years. And if you take a look at 2021 home price forecasts here from all these different institutions here, the bulk are looking at anywhere between 4 and 6%. This is on a national scale as well. Boston always paces ahead of the national numbers. So if they're expecting between 4 and 6, at the worst case scenario, 2% increase in values this year, Boston area, I think you'd be comfortable for single family homes, looking in the 4 to 8% range, 4 to 8%, which is it's going to feel like kind of how it's felt the last 8 years prior to last year, where values really shot up at 10%. It's going to feel a little more measured this year. If you have any questions, if you have any thoughts or questions about, is selling the good time for me right now? We'd love to sell. We're helping out a lot of people who really want to sell, but they're scared to death that they're not going to be able to find anything to buy. And we're helping people out every day with that problem. If you have any questions or about that process, we'd be more than happy to answer. Thanks so much for watching. Happy New Year. This is going to be an epic year. I can just feel it. A lot of exciting things happening with the vaccine. We really appreciate you and appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next month. Take care. Bye-bye.